Hello Starcraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another weekly edition of Into the Void. This is Shyrshadi versus Shadowhand on Orbital Shipyard. This is a silver level replay that was sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com. If you would like to be featured in Into the Void, send me your bronze or silver league replay. Label it Into the Void in the subject, and I'll take a look at it. Alright. In the top right of Orbital Shipyard, we have the red Protoss player. It is Shyrshadi. And in the bottom left of Orbital Shipyard, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Shadowhand. Telling each other stories about getting wrecked by people in gold. You know, this is a lobby when that happens. Alright, so both players opening up with their pylon, fairly close to the Nexus. Makes a lot of sense in PvP. Immediately going into the gateway is Shadowhand. Shyrshadi is actually waiting until he has about 300 minerals to go for that gateway. No, Shyrshadi's going Nexus first. Oh, I was all set to criticize him for his decisions in life. But no, here it comes. Ready, set, Nexus, go. 460, close enough, we'll take it. Close enough right about here. APM right now about 15, 20? On average for these players, currently around 50, playing as fast as they possibly can, and there goes that gateway. So gateway expand from Shadowhand. Shyrshadi goes for the Nexus into gateway. Slightly different builds. Getting his gas right now is Shyrshadi, and there goes the assimilator coming up for Shadowhand as well. So again, I make this point every Into the Void, but when it comes to these low-level games, people know what they're doing now. It used to be in bronze and silver, people didn't know how to use queens. People had no idea what photon overcharge was. People didn't know, how to use stim if they were Terran. But man, people know how to use their things. They have general builds they're working on. Look at this. 3 workers in gas immediately. And 3 workers in gas almost immediately from Shyrshadi. Also 3 workers over here getting a Zealot. Again, not a great life choice, but not the worst thing I've ever seen. So again, silver and bronze in today's StarCraft 2 is not the same as silver and bronze back in Wings of Liberty. If that's where the last time you were in bronze was in Wings of Liberty, then that is a much different situation. Getting Warp Gate research here. Cybernetics core not quite finished for Shyrshadi yet, but I assume we'll see that from him as well. So yeah, again, the important thing to do here is continued probe production and pylon production if you're a Protoss player. Wow, that's a lot of P's. See this Nexus, how it's not making probes? Make probes! It will help you so much in the long run. Getting a mothership core, that's nice, but could have gotten a probe in the meantime. That's okay. Also, Warp Kit research coming up. This guy is making probes. Excellent. Not queuing up too many. 2's okay. I think 2 at your level is fine, but going up to 3, 4, and 5 is bad. You never have anything in there. Let's see how our friend Shadowhand is doing. Oh, no. He has 3 queued up. No, bad. Bad. How about this one? Only 2. All right. All right. We can live with it so far. Still going Zealots. So Zealots in PvP especially are terrible because you can get Stalkers, and Stalkers are really good against Zealots, assuming you micro at all. Again, this isn't Into the Void, so we're not necessarily going to see a lot of micro. But that's A-okay. Who's getting a Stargate here? Probe, just scouting in for Shyrshadi. Gonna get caught by these Zealots if he's not careful, though. Probe, run for your life. Run, good juke. And oh, no, juke's back into the Zealot, unfortunately. Blah. Okay, where's that Stargate? Here it is, Stargate from Shyrshadi. All right. Let's see how this is going to work out. What's going to come out of this Stargate? I'm going to guess Void Ray. Ready, set, no. Oracle. Oracle harass in PvP at a silver level game. Get out of town. Get out of town. This is kind of a problem, too. With this midweek, or this mid-rank madness and the Into the Void stuff that I do, people are like, these guys are way too good to be gold, or this isn't actually a platinum replay. This is way better than that. Again, I just think people's expectations are too low for these low-level games. I've been trying to find stuff where people are low-level and just doing crazy shenanigans that make no sense, but most of the stuff that people actually send in is A-okay. I mean, again, this is nothing crazy. Getting the gateways out here. Warp Gate research on the way. Here comes the Oracle. Let's see the control on the Oracle here, if it's anything to write home about. Nothing defending back here, so it's going to come down to reaction time. There's a Stalker moving down, but one Stalker isn't really enough to shoo away an Oracle who's really devoted to kill some probes. It does force the Oracle player to focus on the probe specifically, but here it comes. It's waiting. It's got enough energy to activate Pulsar Beam. Ready, get set. Go. Oh, okay, this is another problem. Oh, activating pulsar beam and then flies away. Are there easier targets in here? No, there's a stalker. Run. Oh my gosh, run. Does actually try to focus down a couple probes here. Gonna kill 2 and 3 and get out. Oh, gets out there with his life. See, again, it could have been better, but getting 3 kills there at this level, I'll take it. Well performed indeed. Ah, adepts. That's what I'd like to see more in this PvP. A lot of adepts from Shyrshadi. Moving on down the map. Again, only zealots here for Shadowhand. Not going to look good. Not going to look great. But that's a-okay. We love everybody equally here on Falcon Paladin's channel. Twilight Council coming up for Shyrshadi as well. Man, teching up, getting Warp Gate Research, getting a Warp Prism and an Oracle. Shyrshadi is definitely a pretty good player here. We'll have to see what comes up from Shadowhand. Shadowhand floating a bunch of money. Getting pylons, that's good. Trying not to get supply blocked. Is currently essentially supply blocked. But really needs to decide what they're going to make. A Phoenix and a Void Ray here. Oh, got a pylon in the base. Oh, goodness. Warping in Zealots with that slow, smoked in flavor. And actually, Shadowhand has an Oracle of his own going after this base as well. The Stalkers trying to take down that Mothership Core. Pushing up now is Shyrshadi. It's going to be a base race type scenario. And the Mothership Core does fall. Nicely done by Shadowhand. This base is under complete lockdown. Meanwhile, big attack up front, but Stalkers defending from Shadowhand as well. Was able to warp in a bunch of Stalkers to deal with these Adepts. Adepts only do 10 damage to Stalkers. However, they're pretty much outnumbered. This Stalker as well back here really helping with that DPS. Is this finally getting cleaned up? Yes. Shyrshadi does get a bunch of Stalkers of his own. Is going to clean this up, although the Zealot is up to 6 kills. Is he going to get a 7th before he dies? Yes, does get 7 kills. Meanwhile, reigning unchecked here, a Void Ray coming to save the day. Void Rays are the heroes of lower level leagues. Everything gets cleaned up. The Adepts and the Stalkers do get killed. Mothership Core helping with that as well. This forward pylon for Shadowhand exploding into nothingness. You'll notice the production tab was nothing during those attacks. Both players floating a lot of money. That's something you kind of have to learn to do as well, though Shyrshadi does have a 3rd base. When you're attacking, have some hotkeys on your gateways. It looks like they are hotkeyed to number 4 here for Shyrshadi. Oop, Oracle ends up falling there as well. And no hotkeys whatsoever for Shadowhand, so that's a problem. Definitely hotkey your gateways, hotkey your hatcheries, hotkey your barracks, so that what you could do is focus on your battle. You can watch that. That's okay at this level, but go ahead and hit 4, make a bunch of Stalkers back home, and then come back to work and continue attacking. Because if you're not doing anything when you're attacking, you will fall behind. You won't be spending your money as effectively, and it can really hurt you in the long run. Forge coming up for Shyrshadi. Does have a lot of Stalkers here in defense as well, here at the 8-minute mark. Gateway coming up for Shadowhand. And yeah, both players just kind of trying to get their worker count back to where it needs to be. Shadowhand has 23 probes. Shyrshadi has 33 probes. Oh, taking a secret ninja expand here is Shadowhand. I like this. You see more of this in lower leagues than in higher leagues. I guess because in lower leagues it's less likely to be scouted and less likely to be punished. In the higher leagues, this does get scouted fairly frequently with flying units usually, and then it will get crushed. But in this level, Shadowhand I think is making a good life choice. Warp Prism for Shyrshadi finally moving out. And Blink is being researched, and Chrono Boost, no less. Let's see what's being used for Chrono Boost here. Worker count, so that makes sense. Shadowhand trying to get that worker count back on up. Oh, however, there is a Warp Prism moving on out. It might be able to drop in here and kill some stuff. Ooh, game locked up a little bit there. That's been happening recently. Not good. Not good at all. Phoenix flying around, patrolling back and forth. Phoenix should be able to help with this Warp Prism as long as the Stalkers don't kill it first. Moving out with more Stalkers here. Shyrshadi says, no more Adepts for me. I'm going to win this with pretty much straight up a Blink Stalker. We'll see how the Blink micro is for Shyrshadi. This base is now up and running. 3 bases to 3 bases, 35 to 37 Harvesters. Both players looking fairly even. Stalker count looking good. Void Ray with 3 kills. Both players spending their money. Not too terribly. Look at that. Nobody floating any huge amounts of money right now. But again, nothing's actually attacking. Probes trying to transfer and end up getting killed. The Stalkers are like, where are those guys going? And the answer is over here, but I don't think they know that. Stalker is going to march up this ramp. Photon Overcharge would be useful if the Mothership Core can pull it off. A Void Ray trying to burn stuff down, and yes, triple photon overcharge going to town on these stalkers on the front row and actually killing a bunch of them. The void rays, one gets focused down, the other one trying to kill what it can. The stalker staying out of range of that photon overcharge. Did they kill the mothership core as well? I don't know, but it's enough to actually force Shyrshadi to retreat. Oh, Shyrshadi tried to make it happen there, but in the end, got a little bit intimidated. I think the photon overcharge was a problem. Did that mothership core die? Looks like both players have lost one. And neither player has one right now. So Shyrshadi, probably you should have a mothership core. I don't know. Is there one? I'm going to look at this one more time. No, 40 probes to 40 probes. Nope. No mothership core for either of these players, and it looks like Shadowhand is replacing his, so that's good. There it is. Mothership core does pop out with enough energy to photon overcharge 2 pylons, which is nice. Here's another tip. Go to put your pylons at the top of this ramp so that when the units try to come up and try to deal with it, you can actually photon overcharge those pylons instead. Photon overcharge going up a little bit prematurely. It did help kill the zealots, but it does nothing for these stalkers. Draw them back to the photon overcharge. Draw them back. No, it was enough actually to chase him away. So Shadowhand doing a little bit better than I expected there, and Shyrshadi just warping in more and more zealots. And a PvP, if you see your opponent is going straight zealot, either get disruptors or immortals. Void rays I don't think are a good choice. Stalkers do very well against void rays, but immortals extra damage versus armored, which is what stalkers are, armored, mechanical. Disruptors as well with their Purification Nova, they one-shot stalkers. If a Purification Nova hits right here, kills every single stalker in this group, up to, 5 or 6, which can really turn the tides in your favor. Oh no, this got scouted out! Oh no, Shadowhand, the zealots have arrived. Okay, this is why I like to put maybe 1 or 2 cannons there. High ground advantage here to Shadowhand. Stalker versus Stalker. Blinking back is Shyrshadi. Shyrshadi doesn't seem to show much ability to do any blink micro other than blinking away when things get bad. Anyway, I was going to say, that's why I put cannons at my expansions, especially if they're far away. Void Ray comes in trying to save these probes. Probes, run. You have to run. You cannot let the Zealot just kill all of you. The Void Ray will save your lives if you just run. And indeed, running. Blink Stalkers moving in once again. Pretty good concave for Shyrshadi, though. Is he blinking back his wounded units? Yes, actually doing okay. Blinking back his wounded Blink Stalkers. The Blink Micro, ladies and gentlemen. APM right now, a full 80 or so, and a blink forward, aggressive blink forward here from Shyrshadi. More stalkers warping on in. They do have the high ground here, though. Moving forward, Shyrshadi does not give a care, has no upgrades whatsoever, but neither does Shadowhand, so it's not a problem. And it looks like the concave is a little bit too strong for Shyrshadi. All the stalkers for Shadowhand get cleaned up. Shadowhand with the lull, the good game, bro. And Shyrshadi, forward blinking, takes out pylons, going after workers now, is not content to just sit back and do nothing. Even though Shadowhand is called the GG, it could be a trick. And we don't like those in Starcraft 2. Blink Stalkers, again, killing everything here. Blurp, 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 blurp. Yep. Alright, so I guess we're going to go ahead and leave Shyrshadi to destroying all of these bases. Meanwhile, we'll head over here and watch this mining. Alright, so that's been it from Falcon Paladin with yet another weekly issue of Into the Void. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, please send me your submissions to Into the Void at falconpaladin@gmail.com. Title it Into the Void, and I will take a look. Woo! Alright, so until next week, or I guess until tomorrow, this has been Falcon Paladin. Thanks so much for joining me. You can find me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thanks for watching, thanks for supporting me, and you take care of yourself.
Ashamed by what you have done. There is no redemption, and so you must run. And it's taken your heart and broken your soul. You cannot go back until you're made whole. And you're running into the void. Go searching place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, there's a light upon you, and you follow it on. Looking for a reason and a way to atone. All around you, the planets and stars. You're lost in a maelstrom of a great new unknown. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, and you're running into the void. You go searching into the void. And you're running into the void.